over here with another video. This one's going to be on the new Great One Muley deer. So, I already had a grind set up. I've been setting it up since 4 a.m. this morning. And here's what I've found out so far. I only have a total of 6 lakes set up for it. Which means I'm kind of low, but it works out because there's typically 3 mule deer per herd, and some of these lakes have more than one herd that I'm shooting off of. So it all works out to where I'm usually getting at least 1 or 2 per lake, and then the other ones are respawning by the time it takes for me to get back to it on my next rotation. So it usually works out to where I'm always shooting 1 or 2 per lake. But I sometimes have some respawn inconsistencies, so there's that as well. But I'm here to say that I'm also going to be setting one up on either Rancho del Arroyo or Parque Fernando, and I'm experimenting with the muley deer Great One because I want to see if you don't actually have to have to collect it to get a great one. So the one here on a ski ridge is going to be my muley deer one that I collect, and then with the one on Rancho del Arroyo or on Parque Fernando is going to be the one that's going to be, I'm not going to collect a single one. And I want to see which one I get first. Now I've only started this one because the update just happened. But I'm planning on starting it tomorrow or the day after that to keep them consistent with each other. Now, I haven't kept track, but I'm going to start to on this one. So, I said I had been up since 4 a.m. Most of that was doing the, not campaign, story missions. I did those for about 2 hours while I was also setting up my grind. But I've gotten all of my exterior zones down to at least medium 3s, if not small ones. So I'm pretty herd managed. That was the whole point of today, was to get it herd managed before this, and then to go through a few zones as I'm filming this to show you hopefully a diamond or something to that effect. Now, with that being said, I want to keep going on this HM on this map until it's absolutely perfect. I don't want any of my exterior zones to have above a level 1 male. I want them to all be level 1, so then I can definitively prove that HMing helps spawn great ones, or it doesn't. Because a lot of times you'll see the people that do non-HM great one grinds, and they get them slightly longer, typically, than the ones that do HM grinds, which doesn't really make sense to me. I don't think it would help, but it might. Now, I know it helps spawn diamonds. That is just a fact. But I've rambled on for too long now about all that. I should probably get into what this video is supposed to be about, which is helping you guys set up your mule deer great one grinds. So, I've set up on 6 different lakes. These are the lakes I found to be the easiest. I only set up on lakes that I found to be the easiest to grind on. There was other lakes that had herds that I could have set up on, but I decided not to because it didn't give me an easy way to go get into a stand or tripod, and then proceed to shoot the animal, and then have clutch intent to collect them, and so on and so forth. I chose the lakes that were the easiest to do that in. So, the lakes that are the ones I decided to set up on is this one all the way up at the top left. This one that I'm circling right now. And then I didn't have any herds on these, so I decided to leave them. I didn't have one on this one either. These here are too wooded for my taste and all that. This one here, I debated on not doing, but I needed more zones, so I decided to end up doing this one. I don't really like it, but it works. Now, these lakes right through here can also have mule deer, but I didn't really have any, and they're also way too wooded right around where the lakes are. This one here's really good. It's got a good open spot. This one's also really good because you can just use the outpost. I decided to put a tent so I could place a tripod right next to it, but that was just personal preference. These here are the same as the other two, like the 3 little ponds up there. They're too crowded. There's too many trees by them to really get seeing good. These here, the same reason as the last two, they're just too crowded by trees and you can't get good firing angles really easily. There isn't any on these lakes. This one, I just didn't have any group mule deer. I had, I think, a solo female. That's kind of the same. No, this one has a group. I decided not to set up on it. I have a tent to shoot it down on it still, but I'm not doing it just because it's kind of annoying. This one here is really good, but not the best spot. But this one here is another really good, really easy one. But overall, these are the 6 lakes I find to be the easiest out of all of them to do it on. Now, you guys are probably going to have your preferences, and it depends on where your mule deer are. So I'd like to grind it on these two, or this one especially, because that's just, it was a really good lake, but it just didn't have any group mule deer zones on it, so I couldn't. Same with this one. This one I believe was fine. I can't quite remember why I didn't. I do know why I didn't do it. It was because it didn't have any group mule deer zones on it. But at the same time, I think it was also slightly too wooded for me to want to do anything on it.